Welcome to Messages with Mary. We honor the part of you that knows life has more meaning than what you've been experiencing. And if you're here today, trust that God never places a message in front of you by accident. You didn't arrive here randomly, you were guided. And if you're here today, trust that God never places a message in front of you by accident. You didn't arrive here randomly, you were guided. Today, we're diving into Psalm 121. A passage that speaks directly to the battles you're facing and the divine help that's already on the way. If you've ever felt overwhelmed, exhausted, or alone in your struggles, this message is your reminder. Your help comes from the Lord. The battle you're in right now might feel like it's too much, like the weight of it could crush you at any moment. Maybe it's a financial storm, a health crisis, a broken relationship, or just the relentless pressure of life's demands. In those moments, it's easy to feel like you're on your own, staring up at the mountains of your circumstances and wondering, where is my help? That's exactly where Psalm 121 verse 1 begins. I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? This isn't just a question. It's an admission of our human limitation. It's the moment we realize we can't do this alone, and that's okay because we were never meant to. The psalmist doesn't leave us in our doubt. He answers his own question with a declaration so bold it could shake the heavens. My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth, Psalm 121 verse 2. Think about that for a moment. The God who created the universe, who set the stars in motion, who carved out the oceans with his hands, that God is the one who sends your help. This isn't a distant, detached deity. This is the creator of all things, intimately involved in the details of your life. If he can hold the universe together, don't you think he can hold you together? Your battle might feel overwhelming, but it's not bigger than the God who is fighting for you. But here's the thing about battles. They have a way of making us forget where our help comes from. We start to believe that our deliverance depends on our own strength, our own wisdom, our own ability to figure things out. We exhaust ourselves trying to climb those mountains alone, only to slip and slide back down in frustration. That's why Psalm 121 verse 3 is such a comfort. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. The Hebrew word for watches over here is shamar, which means to guard with fierce devotion. God isn't just glancing your way. He is actively protecting you, ensuring that even when you stumble, you won't fall beyond his reach. The battles we face often feel like they're happening in the scorching heat of the day or the terrifying darkness of the night. But Psalm 121 verses 5 to 6 reminds us, the Lord watches over you. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. In a world where we're exposed to so much pain, fear, uncertainty, this is our assurance. God is your shade. He stands between you and the scorching heat of the battle. He quiets the terrors that haunt the night. You are not left defenseless. You are covered by the one who never sleeps, never falters, and never abandons his own. It's easy to read these words and wonder, but what does this look like in my life? Maybe you're thinking, if God is really watching over me, why does this battle feel so hard? The truth is, God's protection doesn't always mean the absence of struggle. Sometimes, it means the presence of his strength in the middle of it. Psalm 121 verse 7 says, the Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. This isn't a promise that you'll never face hardship. It's a promise that in the hardship, you are kept, held, guarded, and preserved by a God who loves you fiercely. But what about the future? What about the battles that haven't even come yet? Psalm 121 verse 8 leaves us with this assurance. The Lord will watch over your coming and going both now and forevermore. This is total coverage. This is God saying, I've got you every step you take into the battle and every step you take out of it. Now, forever. Your battles aren't a surprise to him. Your struggles aren't a detour from his plan. They're part of the story he's writing, and he's already prepared the way through. So how do we hold onto this promise when the battle feels endless? We do what the psalmist did. We lift our eyes, not to ignore the battle, but to remember that it's not the final word. Your help isn't tied to your circumstances. It's tied to the character of God, and His character is faithful no matter what you're up against. Every time you lift your eyes, you're reminding yourself and the enemy that your battle is not yours to fight alone. You're declaring that your story isn't over, that your struggle isn't the end, and that the God who holds the universe is holding you. When we lift our eyes, we begin to see the battle differently. We start to notice the ways God is already at work, the unexpected encouragement from a friend, the sudden peace in the middle of chaos, the strength we didn't know we had. These aren't coincidences, they're evidence. Evidence that we're not fighting alone. Evidence that our help is already on the way. The battle might still be raging, but so is the love of a God who refuses to let us go. He's not waiting for us to get it all together before He steps in. He's already there in the mess, in the struggle, in the unknown. But what does it look like to trust that help is coming when the battle feels endless? It starts with a choice to believe that God is who He says He is, even when we can't see Him working. It's the decision to declare, even in the middle of the storm, "My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth," Psalm 121, verse 2. This isn't a passive resignation or a spiritual cliche. It's an act of defiance against the lies that tell us we're on our own. It's a declaration that our story isn't over, that our struggle isn't the end, and that the God who holds the universe is holding us. So today, no matter what battle you're facing, I want to leave you with this challenge. Lift your eyes. Not to your circumstances, not to your fears, but to the God who is your help. Declare over your life, "My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth." And then rest in this truth. The God who watches over Israel is watching over you. The God who never sleeps is guarding your life. The God who holds your future is already preparing your breakthrough. You are not alone in this battle. You are seen, you are kept, and your help is already here. This week, I want you to do 3 things. Write down Psalm 121 verses 1 to 2 and place it somewhere you'll see it daily, a reminder that your help comes from the Lord. When you feel overwhelmed, pause and say out loud, "God, I lift my eyes to you. My help comes from you." Look for one way God is already fighting for you. Maybe it's a small open door, a whisper of peace, or a sudden shift in your circumstances. Thank Him for it. Your battle is real, but so is your God, and He is already moving on your behalf. If this message resonated with you, it's no accident. Your battle is seen. Your help is sure. Like this video, subscribe to Messages with Mary, and share it with someone who needs to hear. You are not alone. And don't forget to comment below. What battle are you lifting to God today? Let's stand together in faith.